I'm Eric Watts. I work for LaunchNet, and here I have...
Hi, I'm Micah Beck. I am CEO of mood9.
Hi, and I am Stella Namick, the executive producer of mood9.
Nice to be here with you both. So starting off, what is mood9?
Yeah, good question. So mood9 is a production and entertainment company started in 2024 by Kent State students. We are in the realm of producing film and TV content, original content, and also producing video production content for corporations and businesses and companies and whatnot. And that's kind of what we're all about, is just making creative stuff, making art, you know? Yeah, so I'm the founder of mood9, and it started after just years of me making my own stuff as a freelancer and as a student here, working on a lot of my own films and just wanting to take that to the next step, wanting to make films with this collective group of people who are all these amazing creative and passionate individuals. And so over time, mood9 just kind of naturally became the direction that I wanted to go in, or at least just to do a production company. And then especially within this past year, I've really accelerated that to figuring out the name of the business and the structure and everything. A lot of stuff that we're still kind of, figuring out. We're still pretty new, but this just felt like the logical next step for myself and also just for a bunch of these creative students that I've wanted to keep working with even beyond college.
Good to hear. I'd like to move to Stella for a moment. How'd you get roped into mood9?
Well, last semester I had worked with Micah and our creative director on a project for school, and at the end of that process, Micah had approached us and just sort of told us a little bit about what he was trying to do with mood9. And I remember the big selling point for me was just how thoughtful it seemed, because it came from a place of recognizing a need for a space where students and people locally can come to not only create art, but also receive guidance on maybe something that they really want to create and don't really know how to make it happen. And so we talked a lot about the kind of services we want to offer people, whether that's development of a project that someone has, or making our own content within our company itself, or going out and making content for other businesses and local people to use for their purposes. So I think I really liked the fact that we were blending sort of all of those elements together, as well as sort of creating this online space, because I'm sure we'll talk about it a little bit more, but we are simultaneously trying to foster sort of an online community through our social media to sort of build this community of people who are creative. And so that also was really it definitely checked all the boxes for something that I was looking for specifically in this industry. So yeah,
Great to hear all the passion in this industry, right? That you guys really know what you want, what you're doing. So I would like to hear a bit more about that community you're trying to foster.
Yeah, so I think a big thing about mood9 is that we really want to differentiate ourselves. We really want to be this very passionate and creative group of people. And my whole philosophy with starting mood9 was that I didn't want us to be on this kind of corporate pedestal that you normally see with a lot of companies. We don't want to be this very conceited better than you kind of thing. We want to be level with our audience, level with the people that we work with, so in that we just really want to make a huge effort to connect with our community, connect with the people who follow us. We really want to foster that, because we're just, at the end of the day, my view on things is that we're all people, and we're just people making stuff. Even if we are a company, even if we are registered, we are the LLC or whatever, even if we are that, we're still humans and we're still students. At this point, we're still students. So I want to be able to use that as just a reason to connect with people and talk about art and creativity. That's why we're doing a lot of stuff on social media for that too. So.
Yeah, sometimes the humanity side of things can get lost, especially when it comes to when you're at a certain place in terms of like making money and profiting off of your business. I feel like we see it a lot with sort of these bigger production companies and things where the sort of mindset that it's rooted in can get lost. And so we definitely want to try and challenge ourselves to be able to do both, have a successful business while also maintaining this sort of like grounded, down-to-earth nature of the production company. Just because I think at the end of the day, like, we want to tell stories, and we want to tell stories that are meaningful. And to do that, you need to understand how people interact and the discourse between humans. And I think that can be hard to do, sort of like the bigger your ego gets in terms of this kind of stuff. So it's definitely like challenging to try and not get ahead of ourselves, but it's a good challenge to have, and we're really excited to keep going with it.
Any current projects you guys that are currently happening that you want to promote, push, like show off a little bit, brag.
Yeah, so we actually we do have a couple of things that we're working on, and kind of the two different things that we are doing as a business, because like I said, we are working on we plan to do a lot of original stuff, all of our original content, but also some branded stuff for companies and whatnot. And we're doing things in both of those realms right now, which is really exciting, especially since we're still relatively new to the game, at least as a company. I can't talk too in depth about them because we
obviously NDAs, stuff like that.
No, actually,
no
like
NDAs?
Fun fact, we have contracts, we have an NDA with people that we are working with, just to kind of keep some details under wraps. Just more of the specific details. We can kind of talk generally about things, but which is something really exciting, kind of off topic, but it's kind of really exciting, like, to be able to do some of that. Like, this is like official stuff, like the moment we were typing up these contracts and everything, it's like, whoa, this is real, writing done for that as well, which is really exciting. We're working with some writers to develop some ideas, and maybe that'll go somewhere someday, maybe it won't. We'll see what happens, but that's what development is about, is figuring out what can happen. And then on the other side of it, we are also in talks with some companies to make some projects for them. That's probably all I can really say about that.
Yeah, with that, and to us being like a brand new company, a lot of the work that we're doing right now is very internal. I think it can be really easy to sort of jump the gun on certain things when it comes to this kind of stuff, and I think it's really important to have systems in place that are going to be able to structure you as a business to not just get you through one project to the next, but like really have, okay, this is the process we go through when we get a new client. This is the process we go through when we start development on a new project. And so a lot of our meetings and the work that we've been doing so far has been a lot of building up from within to be able to withstand a lot of new projects and such. So it's been a challenge to like balance the feelings of like, oh, we're not doing enough with we're doing so much and it doesn't feel like we're doing anything. But I think that is the nature of starting a company, and I think we're in a really good spot, and we're setting ourselves up for success, so it's really good.
But speaking of the people you have on staff with you, you want to name drop a couple of them? Like,
yeah.
I don't think in the beginning I actually got what you got, like your respective roles are for mood9.
Again, I'm Micah. I'm the CEO and founder of mood9, so that kind of entails a lot of the, being the head of the company and organizing a lot of things and kind of just overseeing everyone in their individual roles, which, like, this was a thing that, like, Stella and I talked about for a long time, like, how weird I feel about the title of CEO. Yeah. Like, I've brought that up so much, and it's still, like, interesting. I'm easing more into it, but, like, feels so prestigious, but, like...
It is what you are.
Yeah. It's just, yeah, I'm kind of the boss, I guess, but we also, like, work very collaborative. Stella, you can talk about your role a little bit.
Sure. So I am the senior executive producer at mood9, which also sounds very foreign, as I have not been at this game very long, and yet I am a senior. So yes, that is my role. Essentially what I do is, I'd say I'm pretty much like a second hand to Micah in a lot of ways, specifically when it comes to sort of like the details in terms of scheduling and organization and getting things sorted, not just in like our development of the projects, but sometimes in like meetings and stuff like that. And yeah, so a lot of my time is spent just like sort of trying to make Micah's life easier in a lot of ways, and then trying to just be not a voice of reason, but sort of playing devil's advocate sometimes when it comes to like new projects. Like I'm usually the one who probably is like, hey, have we thought about this? Yeah, so that's sort of my role. And then we have a creative director who's in charge of a lot of the development projects within mood9. Her name's Olivia. She's wonderful. Olivia.
She's the director of development.
Director of development, sorry. Yes. And then we have Chris, who is the creative director. Yep, my bad. Yes, and so he does a lot of the filming for us, a lot of the hands-on planning when it comes to sort of creation of looks for things, stuff like that. And then we also have Sophia, who is our social media / kind of PR person at the moment, marketing. That's sort of her realm, and she's also wonderful. So yeah, we have a lot of incredible people working with us right now, and we would love to grow eventually one day, but for the time being, like 5 is plenty, especially while we kind of structure things still. So
Call it the Furious 5. I'll just see it.
yeah, Furious 5.
So between the two of you, any final thoughts? Any plugs? Anything? Any specific promotion?
Yeah, so definitely check out our social medias. We are at mood9.studio everywhere. That is MOOD 9, the number 9, .studio. That is our Instagram, it's our Facebook, our LinkedIn, and it is also our web address, mood9.studio. Not .com, it's .studio. We thought we were cool for that. That's where you can check us out, find all of our stuff. We'll be getting out some more front porch chats throughout the next couple of months, and hopefully some original projects soon. We have a lot. We were talking about we have a lot of stuff in the works, and hopefully we'll get to be sharing it with y'all soon. Stella?
Just thank you for having us on. This was wonderful. We hope to see you all again at some point in the future, whether it's virtually or in whatever capacity. And yeah, thanks for letting us come in today.
Yeah, one more final thought. None of this would have been possible without LaunchNet. You know, we got the grant to start funding mood9 from LaunchNet, and so that has been something that has really helped us out just to get off the ground and get registered, get a couple of things like our web address and business cards and stuff like that. That's really helped us out. So LaunchNet has been very awesome in this process, and I look forward to continuing our relationship with LaunchNet as mood9 grows.
If you want help with your own business, come to LaunchNet at Kent State University in the DI Hub. You heard it, man. I'll say it again. DI Hub, Kent State University. Make sure to come here. But no, seriously, I'm happy to have you both on. Everything that you guys have said has been like super insightful. I'm very optimistic for your guys' future. It all looks great.
Awesome. Thank you, Eric. Thank you.
I hope y'all both have a nice day, and I hope the folks at home also have a nice day.